Some games are just box scores, but every once in a while, you get a game that's a story, a real back and forth, down-to-the-wire thriller that reminds you exactly why you watch sports. And man, that is precisely what happened on March 2nd, 2026, between the Denver Nuggets and the Utah Jazz. So let's break down how this instant classic really unfolded. When that final buzzer sounded, this was the number the Denver Nuggets managed to put up on the board. A massive offensive output. A score that on pretty much any other night would mean a comfortable, decisive win. But not on this night. Because right there with them, going toe-to-toe, were the Utah Jazz, with a whopping 125 points of their own. And that gap, that tiny, razor-thin margin, that's where the entire story lives. Just an absolute nail-biter. 3 points. That's it. A single possession. But that final score doesn't even begin to tell you the real story. The story of heroic performances, these unbelievable shots, and one very controversial call that had everybody holding their breath. Let's start with the two guys who completely stole the show. So at the very heart of this thriller, you had this incredible head-to-head battle. We're talking two guards, one a veteran star, the other an explosive young talent, who just decided to put their teams on their backs and trade buckets in a duel that was honestly spectacular to watch. So you've got Jamal Murray for the Nuggets on one side, and he was just absolutely unconscious, dropping a crazy 45 points. And then on the other side, answering the call, was Utah's Keyonte George with a massive 36 points of his own. These two, they were the main event. And here's what makes this whole thing so fascinating. The Nuggets were kind of desperate, right? They lost 3 of their last 4 games, and they were facing what everyone was calling a depleted Jazz team, a team missing most of its key players. So on paper, this should have been a cakewalk for Denver. But nope, the underdog Jazz, even on their own losing streak, fought tooth and nail right from the opening tip. And you can see right here how Murray just tried to take this game over. In the third quarter alone, he completely exploded for 18 points, hitting 5 three-pointers. He was doing everything he possibly could to finally put the Jazz away and get his team some breathing room. But Utah, they just would not go away. Okay, so just when you think this game is all about offensive fireworks, the whole thing takes a hard left turn. We're gonna slow things down right here because this one moment, wow, it might have decided everything. Okay, picture this. There are just 16 seconds left on the clock. The game is on a razor's edge. A foul gets called on Nikola Jokic, Denver's MVP. If that call stands, it's his 6th and final foul. He's out of the game. And Keyonte George goes to the free throw line with a chance to give Utah the lead. The stakes could not possibly be higher. So the entire arena, everybody watching at home, we're all just holding our breath. The refs head over to the monitor for what turned out to be a very lengthy review. Did he get him on the arm, or was it all ball? And then you get the decision. The call is overturned. No foul. The refs ruled a clean block. Jokic stays in the game, Utah gets no free throws, and the ball goes back to Denver. What a massive swing in the final seconds of a one-possession game. So, with that whole controversy settled, the game just comes down to pure execution in this frantic final sequence. Who's gonna make the big shot? Who's gonna step up to the line and deliver when it counts? Okay, let's just walk through this final stretch. It's wild. With just over 2 minutes left, George throws down a dunk to give Utah a 4-point lead. It really looks like the upset is about to happen. But then Murray comes back and hits a tough fadeaway. After a turnover, Murray gets fouled himself and calmly sinks both free throws to take the lead. Then, right after that reviewed block, Jokic hits 2 clutch free throws to make it a 3-point game. This leaves George with one last shot, a deep 3 at the buzzer, and it's off. Just missed. What an unbelievable finish. Whew, so after all that drama, that crazy back and forth, that huge controversial call, let's circle back and look at the numbers that really defined this incredible offensive duel. Look at this. This is just absurd efficiency from both guys. Murray's 45 points came on only 19 shots. He hit 8 three-pointers. George's 36 came on a blistering 14 for 22 from the field. So they didn't just score a lot. This was a straight-up masterclass in shot-making from start to finish. A truly legendary matchup. So it really makes you think, doesn't it? We celebrate the clutch shots, we mourn the final misses. But in a game this close, where every single moment matters, how much weight do you put on that one overturned call? Does it define the whole outcome? Or is it just one more dramatic chapter in a story that was already an instant classic? Definitely something to think about.